art. Ort.
I'm
Josh
sorry
Ort.
for questioning. What is the ort? Ort. Hello, my name is Viado Ort. What up, it's your boy Josh, aka the Guzzler, aka Firefingers, aka Hefty. Wimpy, hefty. And it's that time again. Time to take two iconic snacks, smash them together. Damn it, I missed my finger hole. Two iconic snacks, smash them together, and see if we can create a beautiful snack, baby. We asked you which two snacks you want to see smashed together, and you said? Fruity Pebbles.
DiGiornio and Fruity Pebbles.
Will this snack be a smash? Find out, because this is...
Snack smash.
Are you ready to have your mind blown right now?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were gonna...
Oh, were you? Wait, no, do it.
Fruity Pebbles.
Do it. This is how I make it. Oh my God, sorry. We have to taste what this Fruity Pebbles DiGiorno rising crust pizza is gonna taste like.
Okay.
So grab a slice. Let's just try and get the flavor profile, get the textures going. I love Fruity Pebbles, though I think they are the most overrepresented cereal in media, and we are contributing to the problem. These are not two smells that I've ever experienced together, except maybe after like a late night out drinking and you kind of have too much and it's in the toilet bowl. Okay, that's very good in a way that I did not expect.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, a little, not good. Why does this just taste good?
It's so good. I forgot what DiGiorno tastes like to me.
Pepperoni, get the hell out of here. Fruity Pebbles are going what's on your pizza next.
I love DiGiorno pizza. So we're gonna make a dough that has Fruity Pebbles in it, which is this.
This is the color of all we have made Fruity Pebbles, if you will. We ground up a bunch of Fruity Pebbles. We're gonna add that directly to our dough. We're gonna do a lot more though, because this is something that I could actually see coming out from the DiGiorno family, a proud Italian family, not mob affiliated, despite what you might think. That's a stereotype and it's harmful. This is something that could exist, and I think they would really blow it out. So we're gonna do a couple things to it. We're gonna create the dough right now. Okay. So we're gonna add 00 flour, which is a fine ground flour, because we're trying to get that like real signature DiGiorno chewy texture. So it's gonna separate this from a bread dough.
And I'm adding the yeast and the olive oil?
Yeah, blend the yeast with the olive oil. We're using an enriched flour that has dough conditioner in it. So that's like, someone just like edit in a bunch of chemical names. I'll do mouth, I'll be like. We're adding ground Fruity Pebbles to our flours right here. We're also gonna add some salt. We're gonna need to let this rice for about 4 hours, baby. All right, we got the dry ingredients mixed up. We're just gonna add our wets.
Oh yeah, soak it.
All right, so we're just gonna let this knead on the dough hook. We're gonna take it out and actually knead it with our hands. Hold on, just gotta get some flour. Yeah, hold on. Nope, now I'm just fighting with it. Here, I'm back.
Relax, man, it's not gonna smack you back. It's just dough.
I'm trying to fold in the flour.
I always get scared to do that. I think my finger's gonna get caught on the hook.
Yeah, don't play around with industrial machinery. Unless you really want to. All right, we're gonna let this knead for like, what, like 5 minutes? Then we're gonna take it out and knead it with our hands?
I'm ready.
What, oh, I'm so sticky from everything.
Josh, that dough looks like the same color as a liver or a body part.
I feel like this is what my liver looks like after drinking a bunch of Mountain Dew and Jaegers, which is my favorite drink.
I'm sorry, what?
I was gonna ask you who you think's hotter.
Dang, neither of them have a beard, so.
Why were they clean shaven?
Yeah, what'd they shave with?
They had to drive their cars by simply running around and hoisting them on their shoulders. What, they had a blade sharp enough to shave? This makes no sense, Flintstones. I would like to know the rate of circumcision for the Flintstonians. I just wanna know where that happened, because if they're shaving, they obviously have sharp tools. I don't know, I just wanna know about their genital hygiene. Yeah, I probably shouldn't use that one, but that's the first thing that came to mind. We want this pizza to eat like a bowl of cereal. I'm gonna try and create the.
We want the pizza to eat a bowl of cereal?
No, we want the pizza to eat like a bowl of cereal. Like when you eat the pizza, you want it to have the same experience as you would have in a bowl of cereal.
Man, I'm just joshing.
You always give me guff.
I don't know who that is. Who's that? Is he a character in the Flintstones?
I got a cousin named Guff.
He's German, isn't he?
Yeah, hello, Guff. What do you do? You're making a milk sauce.
I'm gonna make a milk sauce, which is basically a little mini roux, some milk, some condensed milk, and some salt.
Does salt have a smell to you?
Yeah.
All right, we have our crust. This crust, dude, feel this diseased liver. It's tender, it's nice. I think the Fruity Pebbles.
It was that Mountain Dew, man.
Stop fingering it.
I'm not, right, so, I'm pinking it.
I'm gonna press this out. I'm gonna try and develop what pizzaiolos call a cornetto on this. I'm trying to get like a solid pronounced crust. I'm gonna sprinkle a bunch of cornmeal onto our pizza block right here.
I'm just melting butter because my pan's not that hot. Yeah.
Good, man, you're good.
No, I'm gonna just throw in the flour, like forget it. Because I like to wing sauce a lot.
Do you know there's a
eyeball it?
I thought you meant you like wing sauce.
I do also like wing sauce. Particularly lemon pepper or buffalo.
Yeah, get that lemon pepper wet.
Yeah. Oh, you know about the lemon pepper wet.
So, I'm trying to stretch this dough out a little bit. V's strong with the pinkies, but I'm quick with the thumbs, if you know what I mean. I don't know what I mean.
I don't know.
What?
I'm not even gonna acknowledge that.
Yeah, probably not.
I'm gonna just keep going.
We should probably cut all this out of the video, right? What if the video was just like 30 seconds of us eating the pizza? Okay, that's really good. In a way that I did not expect. The dough's really coming together nicely. I'm trying to really force this crust. We're pressing out, we don't need to roll it out.
My milk's coming together. It's just milk right now, but it'll come together.
This is good. I'm gonna dock the dough. I'm just gonna do it with a fork.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Add some oomph to the sides.
What do you mean add some oomph to the sides? Dude, I'm oomphin' it. I'm oomphin' it. Why are you oomphin' it? You're over here talking about oomph. I don't see you oomphin' at all. I'm trying to oomph.
I need another, you got a spoon? Can I use your fork real quick?
Yeah, use my fork. Here, I'll dock it with this.
I use the back.
This is kind of working. This is really working. So we're docking this dough. That means we're creating little air pockets right here so it doesn't rise up.
Yeah, I need that back.
All right, cool. So we're docking the dough. So that means we're creating little air pockets so this doesn't rise up in there. So it stays nice and flat. Got our crust developed. I'm gonna do one more oomph fast. I'm gonna put some oomph into it.
Oomph. Put more oomph in it.
I also have a cousin named Oomph.
How's it spelled?
Ja, hallo, Gaff und Oomph.
Our sauce is saucing, so we're looking good. Just gonna let it simmer a little bit.
Awesome, it's gonna reduce a little bit. We got this dough docked, gonna mash the docking holes out, whatever.
Okay.
It'll be fine. I'm gonna bake this off. We're gonna blind bake this because we're working with so much sugar when we're creating this Fruity Pebbles pizza. I wanna do a nice like Fruity Pebbles crust around the ring here. And then we're gonna need to kind of bake this in stages. Because otherwise the Fruity Pebbles will burn. So I'm gonna blind bake this crust off real quick just so we have a nice base to work with.
I'm ready.
You want me to pinky it?
Looking good. Yeah, pinky it. Is that?
You need some milk.
You need more milk?
Sauce.
Sauce? Oh, what are you saying?
I'm saying I need milk sauce.
Okay.
No, that's good though. All right, check back in a sec. V, why do you look like you're artificially inseminating a horse with that glove on?
That's oddly specific. Anyways, I'm decorating cheese.
That's exciting. So we've dyed a bunch of cheese. We got mozzarella cheese here. We just added food dye to a bunch of it because we got all the Fruity Pebble flavor going on in that crust. We got all the milk flavor in our sauce right here. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead. This just looks like Alfredo sauce, man.
It is.
Should have made Fruity Pebble Chini al Milko.
Dang, that sounds good actually.
Doesn't it?
We should do that next time.
We bought 100 bonobos to work a factory. We own those now.
Here you go.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I saw baboons. I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
You didn't see
No, baboons were too expensive. No, we painted the bonobos' butts blue. Painting the bonobo butts blue was an issue because we couldn't use our bonobo labor to paint the bonobo butts, so we had to get capuchin monkeys. It's like if there's a rat in your house, you get a cat to catch the rat, but then you gotta get a dog to catch the cat, and then you gotta get a horse to eat the dog. It's just a real problem.
You know what? The baboons are our therapists, okay? Have you seen Lion King?
Baboons are the HR, yeah. We hired baboons as the HR for the bonobos.
Yeah, I like them.
A lot of infighting, a lot of drama about who gets cigarette breaks more often. You'd have to watch a previous episode to know why we're talking about bonobo smoking cigarettes. So we'll link to it down there so that way you can be caught up on all of our monkey business. So Vienna Austin is really inspired by the Fauvist movement. Now the Fauvist, Edouard Manet being the most popular, of course, really inspired by bright colors. So you see the color palette she's painting with right here. This is really more of a modern critique on capitalism though, and how all of prepackaged goods really just run together to form one entity. That is why she's playing on the motif of Fruity Pebbles on pizza. It really could have been anything. Much like Andy Warhol's Campbell's Soup montage. We see her dotting them around. The repetition is really what reminds us of the fact that we do, in fact. not gonna be an art critic. That's so easy. They just say stuff. Oh, if I was an art critic, I would be merciless. I would just wake up, burn my coffee, get extra pissed off, just, I don't know, listen to a bunch of sad music and go to a museum and just take the hopes and dreams of every young starving artist and just crush them into the palm of my hand. I would just put out lit cigarettes on their paintings and spit on them. I would be cruel.
That looks really nice.
You like that? Should we go a little bit more on the edges?
Oh, I was trying to leave.
No, it'll be right on the edges.
The cereal effect, because you always see white on the outside. Hello, art. Josh, art.
For question, what is an art? Art. Hello, my name is art. All right, we're gonna bake this off, let the cheese melt, and then we have one final move. We're gonna actually edge the crust here. We're big on edging in the Mythical kitchen with Fruity Pebbles. Well, the pizza's out of the oven, the cheese is melted.
That's not cheese, that's Fruity Pebbles.
I can't tell if this is the smartest or the dumbest thing we've ever made. Sometimes they're two sides of the same coin. Like Albert Einstein would forget to wear pants sometimes. Ooh. But then he also made the nuclear bomb. All right, so here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna paint around the crust. We have just like a thick batter here because we need something to stick the Fruity Pebbles to the crust.
I have a lot of food blue dye on my hand, and I'm really sorry it did not come off when I washed it.
Okay, so it's fine. So here, take Fruity Pebbles and just try and stick them to this batter on the crust right here. Okay, but try and like not get any on the cheese. Yeah.
Really? Oh, I got in the cheese.
There was an artist who just put a canvas on the ground and he would just dip naked people into paint and he'd just swing them around.
Wait, that's really funny. I want to do that. Tell him to hire me.
I want to be one of the naked people, man.
Have you ever been a nude model?
Do you think I have? No, man. Have you?
Yeah, you look like you have.
Is that a common thing? I would love to. If anybody wants to paint me naked, you don't even have to be a painter. You don't even have to paint me. You just have to sit there. I think my nude painting would look great in a sort of cubist form, not quite Picasso era, but I'm thinking more as contemporary George Braque. I think Picasso went a little too abstract with a lot of his human forms in cubism, where I think Braque really kept a certain amount of tightness and rigidity, which that's the whole idea of cubism, right? Is the mind sort of creating representations in geometry and then fusing that into real life. And also when I have big old square beanbags.
That wasn't it, Josh.
We're gonna spend the next 30 to 90 minutes painting and then applying Fruity Pebbles to this crust. But again, a bonobo can do this in 10. Easy, especially if they're hopped up on nicotine. So we're gonna pop this in the oven, but once that's done, V, you know what we got?
What do we got?
We got the packaging.
Oh, dang, man.
So sorry, you okay?
No, you spit in my hair.
Vianney, Celeste, Austin, Nicole, Miriam, and Ayati, are you ready to eat this Fruity Pebbles pizza?
This is the best pizza party ever.
Don't touch me, it's sticky. All right, let me carve this up. What are your first impressions based on look?
It looks like a unicorn and a piñata and a clown had a threesome, and then they all threw up afterwards.
I don't even like clowns, guys. It's one of my fears, actually.
You're scared of clowns?
Yeah.
I always learn new stuff about you.
Some people have a phobia of clowns. I have a philia of clowns.
You're sicko. Wow. Look at that cheese.
It's a good pizza. Like, it's crusty on the bottom. Also, the first DiGiorno pizza to ever look like the pizza on the box.
Wow.
Look at that.
Pretty legit.
That's hire us.
I am cautiously optimistic.
Is this supposed to be sweet or savory?
Yes.
Probably both. My brain and my taste buds are confused.
Let me get some crust.
It's a lot of a lot. I don't. You love it?
I love it.
I love it?
Yeah, it's weird, but I like it. So much that I'm not gonna take a second bite.
I can't.
It's confusing.
Because the texture of the sauce, it is very milky. I mean, it's basically milk and sugar. If we thought it would taste like a bowl of cereal, I don't know that we've exactly achieved that. That is something.
It's a blanket. What do you mean? You can
Everyone's
just put your face here
Let me
and
taste
just
the sauce.
cover it, and it's a blanket for your face.
Tastes like cream of wheat.
Yeah?
Dude.
Yeah, it tastes like
It
cream of
is.
wheat.
It is very salty. Speaking of sweet or savory, what do you think this is?
Yes. Exactly
Right?
like
That's
you
what I'm
said.
saying.
It is, yes.
But it's almost not both. It's kind of neither. This exists in a third fugue state, like a Schrodinger's cat, neither dead nor alive, but somehow both at the same time. That's what this pizza is. Is it dessert? Is it a main course? I don't know. All I know is it's not delivery, mother. I consider myself a really decisive person. It stays. Nicole, it stays.
Got it.
And I don't know, wherever this lands is what I'm gonna defend. In 3, 2, 1, blindly I'm saying. It does not. This is a pass. Are you guys smashing? Nicole's passing.
I'm smashing.
No way, V.
I don't even like
Explain thyself.
Okay.
Explain thyself.
As a not even fully Fruity Pebbles fan, I kind of like all the textures in my mouth when I first bit it. And I just like warm milk. Even though I don't drink a lot of milk, but I don't know. I just really enjoyed that first bite. I'm not gonna lie.
I have never been like less impressed or more upset.
I'm gonna flip this to smash, not just to spite Nicole, but because very specifically, I believe that humans are not their thoughts, humans are their actions. I am a pure behavioralist. I picked this up without even thinking about it to take another bite. So there's something that draws me back, whether it is disgust,
It's the colors.
Whether it is disgust or delight, that doesn't matter, Nicole. The colors exist,
so
they're
warm.
there.
It hits right here.
It's warm, like you said, it almost tastes like nothing, right?
Exactly,
There's no
that's
taste.
why it passes.
It's just
That's
food
why
dye.
it's
No, but
passed.
there's something, it's a plain cheese pizza, but it's confusing the mind and the senses in the way that a poison dart frog does before it kills its prey. God dang, I love this pizza.
No,
Do
you
you
don't.
compare pizza
I don't
to a frog?
Do you love
Yeah.
this pizza? Like, love it?
I don't love it, but I would smash it.
I'm gonna stop eating.
And that's what love's about.
Well, thank you all so much for being here today. And thank you so much for supporting all the content in 2022, because this is our last upload, y'all. Last video
This
of
is
the
our
year.
last video. Okay, another hug, another pizza party hug.
We'll come out with new videos on January 10th. In the meantime, though, go back and watch some old favorites. Like we got
Nicole,
go
you're
back
so comfy.
go back and watch Oregon Trail Meals of History, where Emily plays Benjamin Buttons.
Ben
That's
Buttons. Benny
What are your
Buttons.
favorite episodes you think they should watch?
My favorite episode is whenever what's the thing that we did?
My favorite episode is the guy with the glasses and the girl with the curly hair.
You sound like you've never watched the show. Point is, thank you all so much for everything throughout this year. We would be nothing without you. We are absolutely honored that of all the content creators, you have inexplicably chosen us bunch of weirdos guzzling down
Some dense
food dye out here. But truly, thank you, and we'll see you all in the next year.
You get a smash, and you get a smash, you get a smash.
Watch out, V's trying to smash. The Mythical Kitchen's favorite way to obliterate garlic, immortalized in t-shirt form. Get the Palm Heel Strike tee now at mythical.com.